Hello, my dear student. Welcome to Biology. We are learning Chapter 2 Biological Classification. And my dear student, in last class we have learned about kingdom Monera. So we are discussing about Robert Whittaker 5 kingdom system of classification. And 5 kingdom system of classification, first kingdom is kingdom Monera, about which we have learned. So today, my dear student, let's learn kingdom Protista. So kingdom Protista is another kingdom among 5 kingdom classification. And can you recall, my dear student, that about the characteristics of 5 kingdom classification already we have learned, and in 5 kingdom classification characteristics, some of the characters of kingdom Protista we have already learned. So just let us remember what we have learned. So to be the member of kingdom Protista, what the organism must have, first of all, the cell type. Okay, can you remember it? So cell type, so organism must be eukaryotic, isn't it? So all the Protista are eukaryotic. Already we have learned, isn't it? Then we have learned that some of them have cell wall and all of them don't have, but some of them among the Protistas have cell wall. Then we have seen that their body organization is cellular, isn't it? Then we have seen that some are able to show autotrophic nature, whereas some are heterotrophic. So these are some of the basic character we have learned about the kingdom of Protista. So my dear student, let's start the kingdom Protista today, and let us see that what are the other characters that an organism possesses in the kingdom Protista. Number 1 character, okay, so these are some main characters that an organism has to show the member of Protista kingdom. Okay, so number 1 character is unicellular eukaryotes. So organisms in Protista kingdoms are unicellular, that means they are single celled organism, and provided they are eukaryotes. So eukaryotes means what? They have definite nucleus at the center. They possess true nucleus. Okay. Then members of Protista are primarily aquatic. Members of Protista are mainly aquatic. That means they live in water, or wherever the water is present they are found. Okay. Then number 3rd character is the Protistan cell body contains a well-defined nucleus. So my dear student, already we know that the cell body or the cell contain a well-defined nucleus and other membrane bounded organelles. So Protista, as they are eukaryotic cell, so they have definite nucleus. Along with the nucleus, they also have some membrane bounded organelles. Cell organelles also they possess. That means the Protistas are little advanced. Okay, we may say Protista are little more advanced than kingdom Monera, because they have some membrane bounded organelles. Okay. Then my dear student, number 4th character is the bear flagella or cilia. So in their body, okay, as their body is unicellular, that means a single cell body. So their single cell body may have some flagella or cilia. Flagella means we can say whip like, okay, rope like structures, and cilia means very small hair like structure. So they may bear flagella or cilia. Okay. Then my dear student, 5th character, Protistas reproduce asexually and sexually by a process involving cell fusion and zygote formation. So they may show reproduction process asexually or bisexually, and this involve cell fusion, okay, and zygote formation. So these are the main characteristics of organism in Protista kingdom. Okay, so I hope that you have understood. So my dear student, as it is a kingdom, so it is very vast. So to learn the kingdom of Protista, again some classifications are very much important, isn't it? So kingdom Protista is classified in the following 5 groups. Number 1 group is known as cryophytes. So number 2nd group is known as dinoflagellates. Number 3rd group is euglenoids. Number 4th group is slime molds, and number 5th group is protozoans. So these are the 5 groups that falls under the kingdom of Protista. So 5 group are there in kingdom Protista. Number 1 is cryophytes. Number 2nd is dinoflagellates. Number 3rd is euglenoids. Number 4th is slime molds, and number 5th is protozoans. So my dear student, now one by one let us learn about them. So number 1, cryophytes. So what are cryophytes and what are their characters? So now let us know. So cryophytes, as they are Protista, okay, so they are Protista. So all the basic character they will have in general, but along with that they will also have some specific character, because of which they are known as cryophytes. Okay, so cryophytes are mostly unicellular. They are mostly unicellular, that means single cell. Okay, and second character is they may be found in fresh water, okay, as well as in marine. So they may be found in fresh water or in marine sometime. Okay, so in both the aquatic habitat, as we have learned that Protistas are mainly aquatic, they love water, they live in water, okay, or they live in the area where water is present. So fresh water means, for example, fresh water, which are the freshwater water bodies. So for example, river, pond, lake, okay, these are fresh water. Whereas marine means ocean, seas, these are marine, salty water. So these cryophytes, fresh water as well as marine habitat. So their habitat may be fresh water as well as marine. Okay. Cell wall is composed of cellulose. So my dear student, as in general character, okay, when we have learned the characteristics of 5 kingdom classification, there we have learned that some of the Protista possess or contain cell wall. So cryophytes is one of the group of Protista that have cell wall. Okay, so cell wall of cryophytes cell is composed of cellulose. Okay, so cell wall is composed of cellulose impregnated with glass-like silica, and as cell wall it is made up of cellulose, and that cellulose it is impregnated with glass-like silica. Okay, and due to the presence of this silica, they are very hard. Okay, so they are very hard, and this as they are very hard, and for many years and years they are settled on the bottom of the sea, and now, okay, this they form a layer in sea bottom, and these cryophytes are very hard because of the presence of their silica in the cell wall. Okay, so my dear student, here you may see one diagram is mentioned here. So these are cryophytes. Okay, so cryophytes here at this is this picture is magnified one. Okay, and because of which they are very large, and you may see these are single celled. Clear? And these cryospheres, they have the capacity to show photosynthesis. Okay, so they are photosynthetic, that means they can prepare their own food like plant. So plant like character is seen in this group of Protista. Okay, so my dear student, here you may see that this is an example, or you may see a picture shown here. So this photograph is an example of cryospheres. Okay, so cryospheres, they are also known as golden algae. Okay, so wherever they will be present as an algae, and they seems to be golden in color. So here also in picture you may see golden in color, and these are unicellular. Okay, so my dear student, cryospheres, they include diatoms and desmids. Okay, and diatoms and desmids, these are golden algae. So cryospheres contain, if someone asks you example, then diatoms and desmids are the example of cryospheres. So my dear student, here you may see two photographs shows diatoms and desmid. So how diatoms, they settled on the bottom of the sea. Okay, for several years and years they are been settled down at the bottom of the sea, and what happened, they form the hard layer there, and these are known as diatomeous, we may say diatomeous earth. Okay, and these are also used for various commercial purpose. Okay, for polishing and this, as they are very tough. Clear? So with this picture your idea may be clear, isn't it? So sometimes you may consider that diatoms and desmids are algae, but these are not algae, these are Protista. Okay, diatoms are the primary producers of oceans and sea. So my dear student, this point is very much important, that a primary producer of ocean and sea. As we know that in an ecosystem, okay, producer, that means in an ecosystem, in a food chain, one group is considered as producer, that means that group prepare food for rest of the chain. Okay, food chain. So in that ecosystem, okay, that is ocean and sea, primary producer, that means the primary group, okay, a producer that make foods for all the organisms that are found in ocean and seas are diatoms. So diatoms plays a very significant role in oceans and sea. They are the primary producer of ocean and sea. Okay, so my dear student, today we have learned about general characteristics of kingdom Protista. Then we came to know that kingdom Protista is classified into 5 groups. Number 1, cryosphyte. Number 2, the dinoflagellate. Number 3, it is euglenoid. Number 4th is slime molds, and number 5th is protozoan. And today we have discussed about cryospheres. So cryospheres, we came to know they are unicellular, freshwater as well as marine. Okay, their cell wall is made up of cellulose and impregnated with glass-like silica, because of which they are very tough. Okay, they are photosynthetic. Again, we have seen that some example of cryospheres are diatoms and desmids, and they in common in common term they are known as golden algae. Then we have learned that diatoms are the primary producer of oceans and sea. So with this, let's end here, and in our next class we will proceed with the next group, that is dinoflagellate. Okay, so thank you and have a great day.